Now, in case you do not know, Daddy Owen, aka Papa Vele,
Papa
ninapenda
Fololo.
watoto, minapenda kuimba, that guy. Daddy Owen has had such a horrible experience with regards to his marriage and with regards to, breaking up with his lover. The 40-year-old man now has been separated from his wife since 2020. I remember we talked about this story and how messy it was. The rumor was that she left him for some Nigerian tycoon, and because he was poor at that time, or well, he wasn't as financially well off in comparison to the tycoon that she fell in love with and then moved on with. But let's just say it as it is. There's always two sides to a story, and the story that we had was all by Daddy Owen. The ex-wife said nothing, and so we're just gonna leave it as it is. They had a horrible separation. He was sad, he was depressed, he went through a phase where he was just always on the internet giving us lectures and stuff, and we accept it. It's really rough to lose a partner, especially someone that you really loved. But now he says that his mom has been quite concerned about how lonely he's been and how he's been living on his own as well. She's been so concerned that she started to probe him a lot with regard to him meeting someone new and falling in love with someone new, or at least just being with someone so he doesn't look alone. He says this: she tells me to even hire someone just to stop walking alone at home. She is worried that I live alone and that I walk alone. And so for that reason, he says that he has started to consider having another person in his life. But before that, he says that he's worried about any moves with someone else might trigger my past. I am like, will I treat her well, or will I be under the same pressure and the relationship ends again? Continues to say that I am not prepared since I understand it is not my decision alone. I need to have someone. So we're like, okay, clearly he's grappling with the terms of engagement in this particular case. I am damaged. I don't want to damage someone else because of the damage that I've seen in my life. However, I am curious about trying again and seeing how it goes. So this is what he's looking for now. If you have a pen and paper and have been eyeing Daddy Owen, this is what you're supposed to be, okay? He says, I am looking for a serious woman to date and marry. I am looking for a, list begins here, dark-skinned woman, very prayerful. She should be from the village. I cannot date someone who is born in town. So mabonta wote tu saizi mwanze kujitoka hiyo WhatsApp group, okay?
To the left.
Kama uko na Instagram, social media, through Facebook, and you
Taka,
DM
taka.
him, he's not going to respond because he says this: I do not want someone who is always on social media platforms. Sitaki mtu wa TikTok. I want someone who will be mine and not for the whole world. I want someone who will purely concentrate on our marriage. And another, we need to, therefore, we add, make traditional meals for me, and someone who wears long dresses. So if we can reiterate what he said he's looking for a dark-skinned woman who is extremely prayerful, and she also has to be from the village. In addition to that, she has to cook him traditional meals and wear long dresses. I hope you have your list in order. If you're not part of that list, just leave it. Come out the place. Come out. You don't need to start DMing him. He's not going to respond to you as long as you have social media. However, here is something that has concerned me about all of this. First of all, very proud of you, Daddy Owen, for making these steps. I know it's difficult for you to leave someone alone. I had a heartbreak and I couldn't move on for 2 years. So I understand what you are going through. Well, at least I understand a semblance of the situation that you are in. However, the solution is never to find someone who you think is unmarked by the world. It's like those guys who normally say me, I can't marry a person who is not a virgin. And yet you're the one sleeping with everyone in this city. So you sleep with everyone and then you expect to find your virgin from where? Excuse us, sir. Calm down. I do not disagree with the fact that, yes, it's good to find someone who's not on social media. But you saying that someone who's not on social media is someone who's from Gishagi is a bit offensive too. Because there's a lot of people, including that girl who normally posts her very interesting TikToks. The girl, the really small one who says, I'll remember a quote and I'll tell it to you. There's this Shaki girl who normally... Anyway, moving on swiftly, simply because she's from Geshagi doesn't mean she doesn't have TikTok or Facebook or any of these social media apps. Simply because she is also not on TikTok, on Facebook, or on any of these social media apps doesn't mean she's a good girl. There are... Yes, I get that quota does help you with refining what's going on. But let me tell you, there are ghetto girls everywhere. Ghetto girls is everywhere. It's not about the city. It's about being a good person with good character, good personality, and respectful to your partner.
I feel like he is looking for the complete opposite of what his ex used to be. Because he was like, I want a dark skin girl. Okay, preference change. We get that, okay, we understand. But also, when I read that list of requirements or prerequisites for you to date Daddy Owen, it kind of reminded me of a story I saw on the internet, okay, about this girl who was very close with her father-in-law. And the father-in-law was a very chill man. He was a very good man. He was very easy. However, he was married to this woman who was cruel. Like, you could tell this woman was just a horrible person. She was always shouting. Let's just say, you ever hear of those cruel stepmother? Because it was like his second wife, but she was a horrible, horrible person. So this girl asked her father-in-law, why did you marry this woman, okay? She is horrible. She's horrible to your son. She is horrible to you. She's always shouting at you. And this man said, when I lost my first wife, when my first marriage ended, all I needed, I had a very young son, all I needed was somebody who would give up their entire life. Somebody who did not have a life to live and would come in and fix mine. Who would come in and all her concentration would be about our marriage, our family, our house, our home, and everything. And she fit the criteria. Because even her, she had her own son. She was a single mom, he was a single dad. So all he needed was somebody who would give up their whole life, their whole existence to be in service of his. And I feel like this is what Daddy Owen is looking for. He's looking for somebody who doesn't have a life to live, okay? And I'm just speculating, okay? Somebody who just give up everything, give up being on social media, give up being, give up he wants a village woman whose job will be cooking
with no
for him.
Personality, clearly.
Cooking for me traditional meals and staying at home with a very long dress. It just feels like you want somebody who you're going to shelter from the whole world, whose service is just going to be limited to you. And that's just cruel, if we're being honest. And it's just giving us an insight into what your expectations were and maybe probably why your marriage didn't work. But please don't come for me, okay? I'm just speculating, okay? I'm just saying, okay?